Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Papa Pike, and this is.
Corby, what's up? Guys?
We did it. It was so close. We'll get it right next time. Don't worry, we'll be doing that at the end too. He doesn't realize it yet, but I've just told him, so now I've got to sneak it up on him. That's the only downside. But guys, it is episode 9 for today. We are kicking it hard, fast, loose, and just chilling today, Corby, aren't we?
Hard, fast, and loose, man. That's the only way to live the life. What's up? How we doing, everybody? Welcome to week 9. We're not going to have any interviews today. We're going to break it up a bit. We've had a lot recently. Pretty nice to touch base with different areas of the community, like coaches, management, streamers, and stuff. So now we can just like hang out and talk to you guys, just us. I know you missed us. Missed you guys too.
Yeah, we have, especially you audio listeners. Love you to bits. I know he was baiting me into that one, but that's cool. But yeah, it is actually kind of nice just to have just a break almost. I know I've actually got some really cool things in the pipe works that I haven't even told Corby yet, so it's going to be a surprise
in the pipe
to
works.
him. Yeah, look. Or should we call it the Pike Works? Oh!
No, let's not do that.
Oh, okay.
let's not call it that.
I was going to say, that could be a cool segment in the future.
Welcome to the Pike Works.
And it's just a construction site, like a shitty construction thing, like Bob the Builder, and it's just my face, like, doing a weird thumbs up and all that sort of shit. For you audio listeners that couldn't see me do a thumbs up. So then, Corby, you need to come up with your own segment. See, this is called content creation, right? What's your content? Is it Corby's content?
Yeah, it's just it. It's alliteration with everything.
If it doesn't rhyme, then
if it doesn't rhyme, it's alliteration. So it's CCs for everything.
I was about to say, no, I can't even say it now, but I'm gonna have to say it for you audio listeners. If it doesn't rhyme, you don't get the gine. So.
Oh my god. I don't want to know what kind of rules you have set up in your household.
I got some weird rules. It's basically a festival of we're not going to go there either. That one I will leave out. So what's on today's agenda, Corby? We've got to probably keep it a little short and sweet, but we're just going to see just how we're doing, what's been going on, sort of looking over everything as well.
Yeah, a little bit of what we've done. Just like spin some yarn. We'll talk about some LCO for a little bit, some solo queue stuff. Basically what we've been up to. You're having a week off streaming. Talk about you doing some casting stuff off the side with like MCOM and that. Predictions, etc., etc. It's going to be a pretty chill one. A nice way to, well, I guess if you're listening from home or watching the video, it's a good like go for a walk, go for a jog, pop us onto the gym, just listen to us chat for a bit.
Yeah, I like it. I kind of like those sorts of episodes, right? Like they just sort of get a little bit more insight into just us. I think the previous ones have been good for like a bit more educational, talking about the scene and sort of like what you touched on. But now it's just like, it's just Pike and Corby shooting the shit.
Yeah, mate, for sure. It's I don't know. Some of the people that I was very surprised at, especially with Direwolves and Mammoth. It's super strange coming out of. I know that we were going to get some people onto the podcast, but I wasn't expecting like management level people, and I feel like that's a group of people that really don't speak as much, like the behind the scenes kind of guys almost. So I was pretty interested to hear what they had to say. So the last couple of interviews that we've had, I've been pretty happy with who we managed to get on. I felt like we like leveled up and went to the top straight away, and it's like really hard to pick people from there.
Well, I think that's the best part, like now, because now that if all we got to do is start building up the actual podcast itself, as soon as we get a bit of a rep, like we're such a new podcast, but we've already, like you said, we've got to the top tier of Oceania. It's like, okay, can we start thinking beyond our britches a little bit and be like, all right, let's maybe look international, see if we can get some other people on, even just for a bit of a chin rag.
What's Jerkson doing these days, man?
Mate, let's find out. Let's figure it out. Let's send him a message, talk to his manager, and find out what's going on. But no, like I know I've been again like in the back end of the scenes trying to find other people to talk to, and I was a little insider scoop. I've been talking with the manager for Bliss, so I actually might have the entire Bliss team available to do a podcast. I might actually head out there and do a full-on blown interview with the whole team at Bliss HQ. Fingers crossed.
That's cool.
So that would be a lot of fun. Downside, Corby wouldn't be there. That takes a lot of the fun out of it. So we might just have to
give me a time and a date, man. I'll fly up.
You'd fly up?
Yeah, sure, fuck it.
Oh, that would be sick. Mate, you're welcome to stay at my place too. Like you can just crash on the couch.
Yeah, where is Bliss headquarters?
Brisbane.
Oh.
I'm literally
Brisbane.
I'm literally like 20-minute drive from their place.
Brisbane is such a weird spot to have like a headquarters, in my opinion. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like Melbourne, Sydney, and I guess to an extent Perth, because of PCS, is like the places to be.
Why can't Brisbane be on the map, man?
Shut up!
What's wrong with Brisbane? You just dissed my hometown, bro.
There's like no events in Brisbane either.
That's true. There is actually nothing
for you. Because like in Sydney, it's frustrating that the last like coming out of COVID, all the events have been in Melbourne.
Yeah.
I think there's been one Games Expo. I think no, that was in Melbourne as well.
Dude, everything's in Melbourne. Everything is genuinely in Melbourne. There is nothing in any other place. We have the Bris Vegas LAN, and that's all we got. And that isn't even League. That is just like CSGO, Valorant. It's like shooters only. Maybe Rocket League as well. And like, I know some people who work there, but man, it's so hard to get in. It's so hard to get
CSGO
in.
tournaments go hard though.
Dude, they go nuts. Even like the Halo
really
stuff
like it.
goes nuts. They are loud.
Yeah. Oh, that was so unexpected. I noticed that at DreamHack last year. I wasn't expecting like the Halo mosh pit, and there was all this other stuff for Halo as well. Like there was doing like pro games. I really thought the Halo scene was dead.
Oh, dude. It's come. I think when it came like to the proper multiplayer online, it really popped off. Like I think people were like, oh, we remember the nostalgia of Halo, and they're like, oh, if other games can take a pro scene, let's do it as well. So I kind of like it. I'd give Halo another go. I remember playing it at my mate's place when I was younger.
Yeah, the split screen went hard, man.
Yeah. Oh man.
The true competitive. I reckon that's what got us addicted to competitive like esports. It's split screen days when we're all kids.
Dude, it was the COD Modern Warfare 2. That's what set me up. That was probably my OG game that me and my brother would go out and play. And I remember going like every gun I maxed out had like the best skins and shit on it. And then my brother's like, "Oh, how'd you do that?" And I'm just like, "I'm just better than you." Instantly get into a 1v1, he would kick my ass, and I'm like, "Well, I'm just fucking trash." So I guess that's how it works.
Yeah,
and now
I had some of my friends. I'd get close to some of my like headshot requirements. I was like 3 headshots off. I was super impatient. I'd be like, dude, let's go to the back corner. I'll tack insertion on the ground and you just shoot me a couple times. Please, please, please. I need this. I need this. I need this. This is my validation. But yeah, no, I did the same. Modern Warfare 2 was huge for me, man. So it was great. No, for sure. Like if we're doing like interviews and stuff, like tell me a day. I'll try and like push it around the shit that
I wonder if we could actually get it. Like, this is why I sort of messaged you as well the other day, being like, oh, what if we got sponsored? Like, I know I wouldn't look for hectic sponsors, but imagine if we got like a cool apparel company to sponsor the podcast, and we get to wear their cool shirts, and we just shout them out every podcast and use them as like an ad break for us as well. Like, that would be sick as shit.
Welcome to Manscaped. How's it going? Have you done NordVPN, baby?
Dude, what's wrong with NordVPN though? Everyone gives it so much shit. I don't know what's wrong with it.
I didn't say anything wrong with it. It's just the ad breaks. If you pay a lot of like content creators, especially on YouTube and stuff, to push these products, it's gonna turn into a meme. It was the same with what was it? Mobile Legends.
Mobile Legends. Raid Legends now.
Raid Shadow Legends, yeah, you're so right. Oh my god, dude. So it's just if people are exposed to it enough, it just becomes a meme.
Yeah. To be fair, there was a time where I was like, oh, I could get paid to play Raid Shadow Legends, and then I was like, that's selling your soul to the devil.
You know, I did one. I did a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship for $800, but I couldn't get the 20 people to sign up. I got like 13.
Holy
and I'm just
shit.
like, wait, I don't get paid unless I get 20.
Fuck,
so then
20's a lot of people.
To do it, I spent like a week like leveling an account, using my promo code, doing the intro, and then I got paid $800. But it took so long, man, honestly.
We got a dinner. This is the special Caffeinated Cutie dinner special.
Oh, shit.
Team Bliss. She's calling out Team Bliss. That might even be taking us to the next segment. But what?
Wait.
They won the second game. Don't tell us that. Don't tell us
Spoilies!
scores. Oh my god. Damn.
So we're recording this on a Wednesday, and Bliss and Chiefs are playing right now.
Yeah.
Oh, for the video watchers and audio listeners, unlucky buddy. Any dinner showers?
Yeah, I got it. Here you go. Look at that. We got bangers and mash. I don't know what this sauce is. It smells like a type of gravy. It's got onion in it for sure. I'm a little scared of it, but at the same time, it looks pretty damn good. So I
This
feel like,
sauce terrifies me.
look, you never know. It looks like, you know what it's actually got? That looks like it's got pumpkin in it. She's trying to force feed me pumpkin. I can't accept that.
That bitch!
Yeah, I know.
That bitch!
Just, that's not cool.
So, audio listeners, he has sausage, he has food, and he has sauce.
Yeah,
And he got it delivered to his desk, and he's complaining about the pumpkin.
you never. I don't like pumpkin. Inside scoop for all of you viewers out there. I don't like pumpkin.
What about sweet potato, though?
I love sweet potato.
Sweet potato is just fucking small pumpkin.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
the
They are
same colour.
totally. It's the same color, totally different texture, taste, consistency. It's everything. Smell.
thing.
No, I don't
No,
know.
I don't like either, so.
Well, there you go. So you can't complain.
I'm just saying. It's just small pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin, and I don't like the small pumpkin. Sweet potato, look, okay, well, sweet potato fries are good, but that's only because they like all chopped up,
Yeah.
they're battered, they're fried, and they've got like sprinklies on them, and so they're
Yeah, that's true.
But
Look, but at the same time,
regardless, it's
just very, very different. I should know.
good. Well, a bunch of tangents there.
So many.
We can move on to some. We have heaps of stuff. Oh, right, yeah, no, a couple things that I want to talk about. LCO results from last week.
Yes.
We had PGG versus Bliss. Bliss came out and just fucking 2-0'd them.
Yeah,
They're crazy.
I can't believe that. They look so strong, hey.
Yeah, no, it's super. I felt like the first game Bliss had it on, and for those people who didn't really watch the game, Bliss came out with like some sort of wombo combo knock up Yasuo comp that basically was just all sorted over. All right, we're just gonna bum rush all our damage in one go, see if we kill a couple people, and then get objectives, run away. And
Wait.
they did that the whole game and pretty much won.
Did I miss that? I don't remember that one.
Yeah, they had Wukong, they had Rakan, they had Gragas, I think, and Yasuo.
Yeah, okay, so it's the full knock-up comp. Like, whoever gets
Yeah,
the best hit wins.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
like
that
that and
sounds
Zaya was their AD carry, and it honestly it just turned into like the biggest steamroll kind of game. So it was like
Fuck.
heaps of down, and then we're like, all right, well they won that game. They did some solo queue comp. It's pretty much just team fight aggression styles, and then the next game they just changed it up completely, swapped the tempo, and then they just won again. It seemed like they kind of had their hands all over the game. It was mad.
That's what you like to see from these teams too. Like, it's nice to see teams that are actually throwing wildcards into the mix, even this late into the series. Like, this is the crucial time. You don't want to be taking what you would say is risky plays, but it's also the time to make risky plays. You've got to really throw your teams into the mix and say, we're going to just absolutely throw bananas at you. Let's see how many monkeys we can get into the pen. And like 90% of the time, they're going to get 5 monkeys. Like,
Look, we're just throwing potatoes at the wall and seeing if we grow trees. So what was that? We're just getting bananas and making monkeys.
no, so say that like you're throwing sweet potatoes at the wall, but they're just turning up as pumpkins. It's
What they are. Oh yeah, whatever. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is that we complained that there was like people complaining on Twitter. I think it was Chiefs. They were like, my face went have to versus Bliss for the 90th time
Dude.
this split. What do you think of double eliminations?
I actually don't mind double eliminations.
I fucking love them.
I think they're really good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do feel for the Chiefs. Like, that's so rough. They keep versing the. It's basically scrims at the moment. It's just their scrims.
True.
Because they're
No,
not
it really
playing.
is.
They're not playing PGG and scrims. They're sticking to the PCS scrims themselves. They're at a whole nother tier. But at the same time, I don't know how those scrims are going because they aren't really showing up at the moment. Because they've been looking so good for so long, and then out of nowhere they're just getting just absolutely eaten alive. But yeah, so it's just Direwolves, Bliss, and Chiefs just scrimming each other now just on camera. I don't know.
Yeah. Look, I think it's good though, because apparently PCS, they have, I forget what I think it's PSG Talent or PSG, it was some team that's like dominating the league. Absolutely like destroying PCS right now. So I think it's good that we have our top 4 teams playing each other over and over and over again on stage to get like that consistent experience against our top 4, our top. So look, yeah, you said it. They are versing each other quite a lot, but I'm a big fan of double eliminations because I watch a lot of like Melee Smash.
Yeah.
So, and I just think it's like the best way to find out who's good. Because like if we bring it back to what I was saying when it was Bliss versus PGG, and they had the solo queue team knock up team fight comp. Like that might take you off guard for a series and throw you off completely, but then you verse them again in like the losers bracket.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're like, these motherfuckers are going to bring out some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Let's be ready for it. And then the better team ends up coming. It's no surprise factor.
Yeah. But at the same time, the meta at the moment is just so... It actually feels very all over the shop. Like, we haven't been seeing as much Lucian Nami, yet we have seen it just recently in yesterday's games, right? But we haven't seen much Lucian Nami. We haven't seen much Zeri Lulu. Like, we haven't seen these really consistent, strong lanes being picked because there are solo lane champions that are just doing a better job. Like, Sejuani is pretty stable at the moment. We've been seeing a lot of Fiora. Jax in response to the Fiora. Like, we're seeing these really unique styles of play, and it's a little refreshing at the same time. But it's nice to, exactly what you said as well as throwing in these wildcard games is awesome because we don't expect that shit. That's entertainment. This is what the region needs to be at. If we can't get the viewers, if we can't get the best players in the world, which I still consider we are some of the best players in the world, we need to put an entertainment value into it. And all these teams are doing exactly that. Maybe not PGG, just they're going in trying to be the best. And I think it's shooting them in the foot.
Yeah, when you consistently focus on, I think it was like TSM ages ago. They did the same thing. They started winning so many like domestic tournaments. They're winning pretty much everything, and then they started only focusing on international stuff. And then they started losing domestically, like heavily. Like they didn't even qualify for Worlds for like 2 years back to back, which is weird because TSM won every year forever.
Yeah.
I think we're seeing a little bit of that with PGG. They're spending so much time focusing on like, we're going to be scrimming all these PCS teams because when we go there, we're going to beat them and then that will get us to MSI.
Yep.
And when we beat them, that will get us to Worlds. Okay, cool. Then they turn around and then Bliss just come out of fucking nowhere with these comps that they haven't seen before. They play Alawi in game 2, which Alawi hasn't been picked ever in any game for like 1,000 years. And then they lose again. It's like they focus so much on who they're going to verse in the future that they really need to like pay a little bit of respect because it's kind of like a shot to our league.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to scream you. You guys suck.
Yeah, that's the biggest part of the disrespect, eh? Like, you want to scrim them as much as you can, but they're just sort of like, nah, you're not at our level. And you're sort of like, oh, okay. And then they get there and they're like, oh, okay, maybe we should be scrimming you guys to figure out what you're actually doing. Not just to verse them and get better, but just to figure out what the fucking comps they're playing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can't win internationally if you don't get a chance to go there. Yeah. It's like you need to beat Blizz, and if Blizz are going to come out and do some crazy shit, then yeah, true. Another thing I want to talk about is how do we think Direwolves are rocking up, coming from first seed to now looking at like the weakest team?
Well, honestly, I don't think they're looking like the weakest team. I think they came off a bad set of games. And you can't fly that close to the sun without getting a little bit burnt, right? I think the Icarus theorem is pretty strong there because they have been looking so dominant for so long. We've sort of forgotten that they are human. I think that those sets of games, they're allowed to lose some, like PGG again, playing at a whole nother league. They're the ones that they lost to. So Direwolves coming out of the gates, and then they're like, we're not going to let that happen again. They get into a game and they just absolutely crush it. Like, I think there was like a 22-minute game or something, and they're just like, no, we are not stopping, foot to the floor. This is a drag race. We're going to absolutely smoke you. So I think saying that they're sort of looking a bit disheveled now is both inaccurate but accurate at the same time. I'm trying not to sit on the fence. Like, I think they still have so many things.
Maybe they just rocked a bit, you know?
That's what I mean.
When you're right, because they were like first and they were winning a lot of the best of one games, and then they just like when it slows down a little bit, I think it kind of catches up with you, and it gives people an opportunity to catch up with you as well, because it's like they're going to be looking like these teams. From what Velixis was saying, they're scrimming quite a lot. Yeah, have huge scrim sets. Like he was. For our interview, it got pushed back time and time again because he was like, look, scrims are still going. And then when we got him on, he's like, yeah, I worked my 8-hour day at work, came home, did scrims. It's now like 9 p.m. I'm going to eat dinner. And we finished recording at like, 10:30 or something. Yeah, it was. And then he was like, all right, I got to go eat dinner. I might go to the gym. And I'm like, this dude's got to go to bed at 12 and then he has to be up for work again. Like, they're working, man. Yeah. So, like, they're obviously looking at each other's games and it's going to be hard. But I think even the other teams have caught up.
Yeah, for sure. I think they have caught up, and that's why I sort of put them on that fence, right? I was sort of like that Everyone's caught up, but they're still looking so good. I think that's just a big testament to the other teams too, where everyone's starting to catch up. Everyone's doing a really good job of really pushing the game a bit further and changing the pro scene meta a little bit more. It's not the same 80 carries every game. It's not the same mid laners. We're seeing a really nice distinguish between the champions. That's what the scene's needed. We keep seeing the same shit. I want to see maybe some more corkies being thrown in there into like a poke comp. I'll never be able to say that right. Yeah. God damn it. But I think that's what we're starting to see. Like you even look overseas, like the LCK and all that. They always mix up the play style.
There's a lot of Azir overseas. They play giga late game hardcore.
It's that's what we don't see here. We don't see the hectic late game. It's like the mid early game we kind of see. We saw a Rise yesterday and I was like, oh, awesome. It's getting to the late game. And he just didn't even get a chance to get into it. He was just like, oh, I'm just going to try and farm up. And Cassiopeia is like, no, I got first blood. I'm going to snake all over you. Which like slid on top of that Rise.
Different metas, different regions. I think Korea just plays a little bit more slowly. And they've had way more time to like perfect how to not fuck up.
They're mechanical.
Really didn't. Yeah, true. They're so it's like they slow it down. They make sure like they're pushing the right places when they're pushing the right places.
Yeah,
the tracking's there, so they can play carries. But I guess we can't. I'm kind of getting sick of seeing Xayah though. She seems really strong, so she's pick ban now. But you're right. We don't see Zeri as much. I guess because Yumi's kind of boom now, right?
Well, she's now. Well, if they're on the last patch, she's shit. Latest patch with the Yumi rework. Fuck, she is strong. She is actually a monster. They nerfed her kit, but in nerfing it, they made it way overpowered. So she's actually getting another nerf soon that I saw in the next couple patches. So Yumi's just an absolute tough nut to crack. And if honestly, just kill the cat. It's Schrodinger's cat. Just put it in a box and we wait.
She's gonna always be so hard to balance bar because she's invulnerable for like 99% of the game. So it's like you either make her way too weak, she won't get picked ever because it's like there's no point taking one person off the bench, or you make her okay, and when she's okay, she's broken because it's like you can't touch her at all. So it's what do you do? They've kind of put themselves in a game developer's nightmare with like making a champion's whole identity about sitting on someone away from the battle. Look, there's not really much you can do about it. So look, I'm happy that she's out of play because it stops Zeri being a thing. And she was kind of getting annoying to watch.
Okay, well then here's another question on top of that. Milio, the new champion coming out. Have you seen it?
Yeah, his ultimate is an AoE cleanse. Dude, I saw that.
It looks so good. It's basically a Ziggs because he has a bomb that he throws. It bounces. It slows and stuns, I'm pretty sure.
Fucking Ziggs gets such a bad... Like, no, I'm pissed off at that. Because it's like, Ziggs gets this ball, and it's like, if you move your champion right, it will bounce actually over you, and you will avoid it.
Yeah.
If you walk near this new champion's queue, you get pushed back slow, damage it, and fucking you're 30-second silence. And Ziggs, it's like, accidental, even if it's in the straight line where you're aiming. I just moved. Unlucky.
Yeah, whoops. Yeah, I'm really keen for it. It's one of those champions.
He looks cool.
He looks like so much fun. And I've been waiting for a champion sort of like this. Like, I like playing champions that I can sort of respect or like have at least some sort of attune to with like the lore and stuff. Because I love reading their lore. That's why I liked Yone. When he came out, I was like, oh, that's actually really sick. His lore, like killed by his brother, that sort of shit. And now this guy is just like, oh, I'm just going to explore because I need to master the elements. I was like, fuck, you're cool, man. Like, you're just a kid. They made you a new fucking outfit and you look dope.
And you know, not Alawi, what's her name? Kiana, she has that. Apparently, she couldn't tame the fire elemental, but he did.
Oh, that makes so much sense because she's got the grass, she's got the water, and she has the earth. Yeah. Whoa! So I wonder if there's going to be like a cool interaction that they'll have together.
Hey, maybe that'll be really cool. I'm finding out. No, I think he's dope. Also, his ult. I thought it was strange, but honestly, I think there's a lot of like I don't think there is a cleanse in the game for teammates. I know Gangplank has his own, but for teammates, I don't think there's like an AoE cleanse.
I think it's the only one.
Yeah, so I mean, it's new, and I think it's way better than the you don't die ability, which is like on Kayle and Kindred and stuff like that. I think cleanse is more skill expression than I
Yeah.
put down no one die kind of like
Yeah.
button. So I think that's cool.
I think he's going to be a really nice addition. I think we're going to see him in pro play pretty quick,
I
purely
hope
for
so.
what he brings to the team. He brings so if you see a full locked, if you see a Nautilus, you pick Milio. You like simple as that. You see a Leona, Milio. Just that's what he does, and he's still
They're
ranged.
also- yeah.
like
It makes sense that they're like buffing all these melee CC
Yeah.
engaged supports, especially with him coming out, because it gives him a place in the meta pretty much from the gate.
that's it.
I think that's pretty smart with bouncing team too.
Yeah, so I'm pretty keen for that. I think it's going to be a really really nice addition.
Yeah.
But no, next on the list, what are we looking at? What else are we talking about?
We've kind of been through everything. Reflection last couple of weeks with interviews. We've kind of done that.
Yeah.
Solo queue. Have you played much solo queue recently?
Nah, dude, I've been so busy. That's why I took my week off.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just so cooked. I was like, I want to play solo queue. I just don't have the energy for solo queue. So that's why I was like, oh no, I'll take some time. I'm gonna relax, rest, just recuperate. I think it's super important for that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I think it's a really important thing.
Good to make your content better. Good for
Yeah.
like, your mental itself. Good for work. Good for your own sanity too.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like in your time off, you're still going to the gym and keeping active.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that's good.
Mate, I
nice.
had an awesome gym session. My literally, I'll just say it, my tits are firm.
Yeah, unlucky audio listeners love you to death, but you don't get to see the booba.
Mate, it's like I hit a PB on what are the? It's like the cable flies on the cable machine where you pull it sideways in. So for those audio listeners, I'm putting my arms out to my side and then I'm sort of squeezing them in like that, sort of like I'm trying to squeeze my tits together, but my arms.
Yeah, it's
just
like an
out.
aggressive hug.
Yeah, yeah, hit a mad PB on that. I think I got to 105.
Damn, that is
Yeah.
actually really good.
Yeah,
man.
so I'm pretty strong. And I did that for only 2, and then I dropped it, and I was like, my arms. And then a girl just looked at me weird, and I was just like, oh, sorry. See you later. Walked off weirdly. But yeah,
Oh, that's, dude, that's mad.
yeah, thank you, man. What have you been up to? You been good? Like, what's been going
Yeah,
on?
dude, I'm always good. Just the usual, man. I stream, I go to work, I do uni now, and there was an assignment that I was meant to do today, but instead I was watching anime all day, which is really not a good use of my time. So I played a bunch of
watching?
ARAMs.
What are you watching?
I'm rewatching Naruto again.
If you can see my face, audio listeners, I'm sort of squinting
you
and just
can.
being like, that's
cringe.
sad. Just, I don't know.
Hey,
I
man,
don't know
well,
how I feel
you
about
chose you chose one of your big threes. I chose mine. Yours was obviously Bleach.
that. I'd rather bleach my eyeballs.
Yeah, well, so yeah, you went One Piece, I went Naruto, man. We went
Fair
our
enough.
different ways.
Well, okay, how about this? I'm gonna set you a deal. Let's make a pact. So you know how we've got that bet going for who wins the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
How about at next Dream Hacks, if we're both going, the loser has to cosplay as one of their favorite characters. Oh no, let's change it. You have to cosplay as a female character from your favorite anime.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'll cosplay as someone from Bleach, and you'll have to Bleach. Fuck me, from One Piece, and you'll have to.
You
be
heard it
someone
here
from
first.
Naruto,
He
though.
said Bleach. He said Bleach. You have to be the little girl from Bleach as the 6'4" person you are.
Yes. It is me, Oni-chan.
But
Yeah, sure.
we've got a couple bets going now. I think that's going to be the most fun one because if I lose, which I'm pretty sure I'm winning, I have to dress up as literally just girls with giant tits.
Yeah, so win for me.
Yeah, nothing wrong. Yeah, win for everyone, honestly.
Fantastic.
Actually, I'll have to go as Nami. So for those of you out there, if you know who Nami is, she's a redhead. I'm a redhead. I think that's only fair. Oh, I'll have to shave though.
Oh my god, there we go.
We'll make it the last day. Oh no, that's probably the finals. Nah, we'll figure it out. I don't want to shave for the finals. I like a beard. I'll put makeup on. But we're tangenting really hard here.
If a team, I think I remember watching a tweet from Carbon come out. I don't think we're going to actually have our grand final winners at DreamHack.
No.
Because they're going overseas pretty much immediately.
if they get past PCS trials. So what happens is they're going to PCS trials for the 2 teams that get in, which is let's just call it now. We'll call it Direwolves. Direwolves. I'm going to say Chiefs. I want to say I'm going to say Bliss. I think depending on how tonight goes, they're going to go off. Cool. They go off to PCS, and then if neither of them get through PCS and get to MSI, we have a grand final at DreamHacks. If they get through we don't get a grand final at DreamHacks. You will not see League of Legends at DreamHacks, but they're doing an event, which is basically they're going to get most of the teams to come along and just play games like all day up on the big screen, so you can come and watch the pro players and all that sort of stuff. I think that's the plan. Which either way sounds cool. That sounds really cool.
Yeah. So we still have 2 games to go and then losers, right? So we have Bliss, Chiefs tonight, and then PGG, Direwolves.
Yep.
And then the losers are both those games, and then whoever wins that versus.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm pretty keen for that. That actually sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be good. I just think DreamHack is going to be way different this year because I don't know what's going on and who's going on. I think end of year DreamHack is way bigger.
Yeah, it's always the finals.
We'll see how mid-year goes.
It's always the finals.
True.
MSI, and I was actually said this in my Discord the other day, MSI just doesn't have the same rep as like World Finals has.
Yeah.
Like MSI is good, it's like sort of entertaining, but it's sort of just a means to an end. I think.
Yeah, it's mid-year Worlds.
Yeah.
It's like Worlds, it's half Worlds. It's like, all right, well, let's see how everyone's going in the mid-year coming up to Worlds kind of thing. Yeah, I agree. Because I remember watching TSM win MSI like 2017. And I'm just like, oh, cool, they won. It wasn't like crazy. But if you thought of a North America team winning League of Legends Worlds, you'd be like, what the
fuck? Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. I just think MSI itself doesn't have as much flavor. And I want them to maybe bring something with some flavor. Maybe don't make it a full MSI, like find out who's the best. Maybe just bring like 3 teams if they can afford it from each region that they've done well and just get them all to do one big fuck off tournament and just see what happens. Like that would be entertaining. Not about being the best, but being like, oh, let's just get some cool teams that people love. If they get community support, we can send them over. Like that's not hard to do because League of Legends still has a huge following. And then boom, get as many teams as possible and just have a fucking shenanigans time. Again, let's throw bananas at walls and turn them into monkeys.
Yeah, dude, sweet potatoes and pumpkins. I get it. No, I kind of agree. It'll be interesting to see like fan favorites or like whatever. So it's like you can have like your qualifying teams then fan favorites or like underdog team or something.
Yeah.
I think it'd be even funny if you just send the lowest team of the league fucking over to see how they go.
See what happens. Just get absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, dude, let's bring Gravitas roster 2022 out. See how they go. Fuck it.
You know what? Okay, you know what would actually be a cool idea while we're tangenting? I actually would love to see them do a dream teams. The community from the region votes for their favorite players from each team.
Yeah, all stars.
Yeah, but like a big all stars, like a full world's all stars. Like that would be cool.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
that would be cool. Sick. Because then it's like
everyone from every region together for an all stars event,
and then just see what happens and just go for it. And like that would be entertaining because it's a different take on League of Legends. This is what I was talking about a couple weeks back. League of Legends is trying to take itself way too seriously.
Yeah,
it's a game. Let's have fun with it. People enjoy it more for the stupid shit you talk about than focusing on, oh, well, he just hit a really nice skill shot. No one cares about that skill shot, man. We care about them talking about, well, he just fucking smacked that bitch in the face and he's down.
Yeah, it's for sure.
Well, not to that extent.
I know what you mean. It's like hyping it up and like when players like talk shit as well. It's so much better. Talking like trash talking from like it used to be commonplace and now it's like you don't want to cross a line kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because you have sponsors and then you have your team reputation you need to worry about. It's like all this extra pressure where back in the day it was just you and your last $3 go over like into the thing and you're just like, this guy fucking sucks.
To be fair, like, I had a chat though, and I want to talk a little bit more if I'm allowed to about just esports in general. We don't have too much time, but I want to sort of give it, especially from the O scene. I actually was talking to a couple people fairly high up in LCO, because don't worry, all you viewers out there, your boy Pike's Pipeline, or what was it? Pike's Construction? Pike's Picks?
Pike's Construction.
it's like Jim's mowing. It's Jim's mowing. It's Pike's Mowing. It's Pike's Mowing. I'll come up with a shitty logo of my face in Jim's fucking mowing style. And it's funny how they talk about the O scene, and this is Velixis as well said this too. It's so gatekeeped. Like the gatekeeping is so bad in this region. It's actually easier to go overseas from OS here purely because of how bad it is. And I was like, wow, like you honestly believe that? They're like, yeah, if you can start heading overseas, do it. It's going to be a struggle. I was like, shit, like, okay. If that's how they're sort of playing it, fair enough.
Yeah, I had time to speak to some players as well and what they thought about players going overseas and kind of stepping out of the main league and going into the champion league and stuff without any contract or any hopes of getting onto LCS or anything like that. Apparently, one, money's like 20 times is better.
Oh,
Two,
man.
exposure is 1,000 times better. Three, you're around the best players in the world. So
Yeah.
honestly, if you ever get to a stage where you can make a name for yourself and take an offer, not only to where did Pabu end up going? I keep forgetting. It's some like
I thought he went to NA.
he did, but he moved from NA and went somewhere else.
But
And
didn't he go to
it-
EU? He went to
it's
Europe
gonna be
after
an
that.
EU team, but it's an EU off-branch team. Anyway,
Yeah.
so it's like, regardless, if there's an opportunity somewhere else outside of OC, and it sucks to admit, it's kind of always better just to like leave the league, which brings
Yeah.
us back to what can we do to pump the league? I think they're doing a pretty good job though. LCO
It's getting better.
It's getting way better. Viewership numbers wise, it's getting better.
Yeah.
Sponsorship wise, it's getting better too. They have like laptops and insurance shit now. So
Yeah, that's
like,
good to see.
it's growing.
I think they need to invest in more talent. Hire us. Sorry, LCO. I apologize.
They're doing a pretty good job with they're doing triple cast now. They have
triple cast with Maximize is fantastic. Big shout out to that dude. He's crushing
yeah,
it.
so Maximize is like coming in as their Kitty's busy doing overseas stuff.
Yeah.
So I think they should really be worrying about or trying to get more people on, especially because like I would assume that next split, Kitty's been doing a really good job like branding herself and integrating herself
Yeah.
inside of that league. So I think they're probably going to get her on for the next split.
Yep.
So it's going to be something where we're going to need to look to foster more talent. And I know that you've been a part of. This is a question that I wanted to ask, but I didn't know how to bring it up. So I guess right on the end of this one's pretty good. What have you been doing in like Rusty's Academy thing? Has that been fruitful, kind of dead, or what?
It is. I'll be super blunt about it. It is 100% dead. And I can see why it's dead. I know exactly why it's dead. And I don't want to call it out, but I wonder if this is the platform I can maybe call it out. I just don't want to get in trouble for trying to call it out and it having a backlash, you know what I mean? I guess it's more a case of because the scene is so gate-kept, I feel like there may have been, and again, this is speculation, full speculation, I have a feeling that there was a higher up that said, we need to start looking at more talent. And then the people being in there being like, no, we're good. Don't stress about it. And that person's going, overridden, we need to look at more talent. Forcing the hand, and then realizing, maybe we don't need to yet after being persuaded otherwise. I think that's what's happened because I know there was a bunch of people in that training. We were doing exceptional. Like, we have already stepped up so well. Nothing happened with it. It just dissipated.
Well, at the end of the day, like if they do end up losing talent or like people move away / don't want to do it anymore, I guess all your names are on paper. You've been a part of it. You've been exposed to it, and if it is as gate kept as it is, like someone like me who wasn't on paper there, you were. So you're one step in the gate as it is.
You're in there as well. Like you can't knock yourself out. I think it comes.
I mean, I wasn't a part of it. I didn't get reached out or anything like that.
Oh, wait,
so I put my name down.
I thought you
put my
did.
name down for it. But no.
Oh.
I didn't get into it. So
I
it's
guess
like,
because I've been really working hard. Like my purpose for this last like probably year and a half has been esports, getting my name in there. So I've taken every opportunity to cast. I'm also just glad I've been meeting the right people who are like, yeah, we've seen you can do it. Let's get you into the right contacts. So, and again, that's what Alexis said. He said, just it's who you know. You got to meet the right people, make the right contacts. I guess you're the same guy as me though, Corby. Like we like making friends with people. I'm just being not strategic with my friends, but I'm just like, I will introduce myself to any fucker out there. Just like, hey, let's just get to know each other. No agenda there at all. It's just like, hey, I just want to be on good terms with you. If there's anything you ever need, I'm going to be here to support you no matter what. And that's what I've been doing, and I've been loving doing it. And again, that's the Bliss manager. I've reached out because they followed me on Twitter. I was just like, you know what? This person is someone I actually highly regard. I'm just going to call him that, Bliss Brittany. You're doing a fantastic job. Like, I literally sent her so many compliments being like, I've heard nothing but amazing things about you in the scene. And I believe she is the only female manager. And just to go into a world where esports is predominantly controlled by men, to see that she's thriving, not only thriving, but just doing such a successful job, I was like, you deserve everything coming to you. Like, you've got the best shit set up for you. Well done, keep going. And she loved it. She was just like, oh, like, just let me know. And that's why she's like, if you ever want to come to the Bliss house, just let me know. And I'm like, oh, look, I'd love that. Like, that's my goal to get there. Like, let's try and set it up. She's like, yeah, let's fucking go. So just, that's all it is, man. Just talk to people. If they follow you on Twitter, fucking talk.
Do you know why Bliss Brittany is so successful in what she's doing?
She's the best at what she does.
No, she's fucking crazy, dude. I don't know how she deals with it.
Yeah,
I don't
true.
know how she deals with it. She was she was managing the same time I was on Weekend Warriors.
Oh,
Jeez,
really?
I don't know how she dealt with it, man. Like the drama, the players, getting everything sorted, getting scrims, getting all this shit. Like, it's the reason why I know so many people who are in the league now. Is because I wouldn't only talk to my teams. I
Yeah.
would then need to find subs for my teams because everyone's useless. I would then need to find scrims, and I'll be in contact with the managers and every individual player. Look, she's insane. I don't know how she managed to like get in contact with everyone, get consistent scrims, and move from Kraken to Mammoth to whatever to Bliss now. She's just fucking crazy. I don't know how she managed to keep her sanity. Honestly,
I'm thinking it's either copious amounts of Valium, or she's using
she's just
hard
drunk
drugs.
on 24/7. Dude,
She's
those
on the
players would drive
piss.
me to drink. I don't know how she didn't go. Like, dude, I'll be hitting the bottle.
But
But no, respect to her. Like, she's been around for fucking giga
Yeah.
years. Like, honestly,
think
she's
that's
as
it.
old into the scene as I am. So yeah, no, she's great. And to
Yeah.
hear that she's making positive friendships, that's always great.
Dude,
Always happy to hear that.
I think that's what I even said that to her. And I'm like, we need to start fostering a community. You know what? I might just get it up. If you just talk for a little bit, I'm going to get up what I said to her because I said it so eloquently that I have to read you what I said. And I was so proud of myself for saying such a beautiful sentence. Here it is. All right, I found it. I was really quick at doing it.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah,
Damn.
I'm damn good. I literally said, we got to start helping each other out in OS. For too long, we've sat in darkness. We rise up those around us. We rise up as a community. Like, I said that to her because I was like, that's what we need to start doing. And it sounded really cheesy, like when reading it. And now I'm looking at it going, wow, I look like an absolute wanker. But at the same time, I stand by it because we need to start putting good stuff into the community that we're building for it to be better.
Yeah, don't kill the part of you that says cringy shit. Kill the part of you that cringes at the shit, dude. Like that's a fine message.
Was it?
Honestly, at the end of the day, it's like it's true. It might come from the word. Dude, I was honestly in my head. I'm just like, dude, this will go great with some like anime backing track.
It's my
This monologue from a hero standing on top of a hill is like, too long have we sat in the darkness.
So for you YouTubers watching me just do the Naruto run for Corby, and for you audio listeners, I just did a Naruto run for Corby. He didn't see it, but he will have to go back and find it now.
No,
40.
you're still screen sharing for when
Yeah,
you're
I
showing
know.
me like the thing. Oh shit, we haven't brought that up, dude. Why not dancing on LCO? Do you want to go to
Let's
the
go
screen?
straight
And
to
it's
it.
come
Boom!
out swinging.
Oh
Instantly
my
up.
One thing we can take from tonight is that nothing is so
Audio
bad.
listeners, we have
Both
every single
series
4 times.
having
Why not
opposite
do
outcomes
dances
for how they
and
ended
MP3s,
on
dude?
Monday.
Are we gonna match his
And the
dance though?
finals-
I picture
Dude.
Just
this.
come out swinging.
picture this.
One thing we
Do you
can
have
take from
dances
tonight
ready
is
to
that
go?
nothing is
No.
certain in the LCO.
I
Both
don't have a dance.
series
All right,
having
get
Oh,
off
no,
this
I
shit.
can do-
outcomes to how they
I've got
ended
my
on
undies on.
Monday. And with
You wanna
finals,
fall?
I
Bliss come out
can't.
swinging.
Well,
I
I
wanna
want to
do
do
it
it sitting
Take
down.
from tonight is that nothing is certain in
this
the
one.
LCO. Both series having opposite
Wait, can I
outcomes to
grab
how
it?
they ended on Monday.
This is going to be a gift that we're going to send
And
to
with
Wine.
finals, Bliss come out swinging. If there's one thing we can take from tonight, it's that nothing is certain in the LCO. Both series having opposite outcomes
man,
to how
that
they
is good.
ended on
Hey,
Monday.
for audio listeners, we're just fucking around.
And with finals,
No,
Bliss
unlucky, just
come out
measure it.
swinging. If there's one thing we can take from
Try
tonight,
to
it's
turn
that
it.
nothing
I'm in
is
the
certain in
box.
the LCO.
in
Both
the
series
That's
having
yeah, don't worry
opposite
about it.
outcomes to
Yeah,
how they
man,
ended
No, it's
on
good, man. This
Monday.
is it. We'll talk about. I think week 2 or
And with
3, we'll talk
finals,
about. We just need
Bliss
content.
come out swinging.
It-
If
it's
there's one thing we can
basic
take from
level
tonight,
shit,
it's that
right?
nothing is certain in the
Like,
LCO.
it's on
Both
LCO
series
Twitter.
having
It's on
opposite
our
outcomes to
podcast.
how they
Other
ended
people are
on
going to be talking about
Monday.
it as well. Just do some dumb shit, man.
finals,
Like this isn't like
Bliss come
pumping
out
your
swinging.
socials,
If
creating
there's one
content,
thing we can
streaming
take
for
from
8 hours a
tonight,
day. It's just
nothing
doing
is certain
some
in the
dumb
LCO.
shit because you
Both
know what's going to be
series
from broadcast.
having
Yes.
opposite outcomes
Perfect
to how
level
they
fucking
ended on
knows, man. Do it in
Monday.
your brain. brand and cementing yourself in the
Finals,
LCS. Like, he's
Bliss
now a
come out
household name
swinging.
inside the
If there's
LCS.
one
He's
thing
doing a
we
great
take
job.
from tonight is that
He's been
nothing
waiting
is
so long
certain
for
in
this.
the
He's probably
LCS.
prepped
Both
this in his mind for
series
years,
having
being like,
opposite
I'm just going
outcomes
to
to how they
dance
ended on
the most
Monday.
bullshit stuff I can think of,
And
and it's going to be
finals,
awesome. And I love him
Bliss
for
come
it.
out
Like
swinging. If
that's a
there's
big
one
part
thing
of
we can
it.
take
The
from tonight
energy's
is that
good.
nothing
Yeah.
is
It's just
certain
good
in the
memes. And
LCS.
plus,
Both
I mean, you can
series
take it as like
having
banter
opposite
as well.
outcomes to how
It's
they
just like
ended on
Fortnite
Monday.
dancing on the competition that he beat. It's
And
just
with
memes.
finals,
It's good. It's good
Bliss
quality
come
banter.
out swinging. If there's one thing we can take
All
from
right,
tonight,
as we go back to normal webcams, let's end the night on a positive note. Predictions for tonight. It was
Ooh. Right,
Yeah, who?
Bliss vs Chiefs. Well, I really want Bliss to win, but I think if I'm talking about how we're gonna go, I really want Chiefs to win because I think they're gonna be better internationally.
I agree.
So I'm gonna say Chiefs because I want them to do better internationally.
I agree. I think Bliss have set themselves up for a really good split too.
Shit, yeah, dude.
They've got themselves in
like,
such a good
I
spot.
had them 5th.
Yeah, like we had them so much lower and they're just proving everyone wrong. So yeah, I agree. I think Chiefs are going to win. I don't think it's going to be a stomp though, because we already know half the score. We know 2 games deep, it's Bliss 1, Chiefs 1. So clearly already it's well matched, but it's a best of 5. We know Chiefs sort of have that endurance. They can just go for hours. It's why their girlfriends love them. So it's just a big thing. So
Time doesn't matter, man. What do you mean? Best 30 seconds of my entire life. You blew my mind.
Corby's girlfriend might just say he is the perfect 2-pump wonder.
Yeah, 2-pump jump.
No, I don't insult Corby on the podcast anymore.
Dude, it happens. I get it. It's content.
No, I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
You and Ricey agreed, man. It's easy content because I don't take bad jokes like anyone else would actually laugh. So it's like if you said that about anyone else, they would just go quiet. I just laugh, and I doubled down on it. I really should stop doing that.
You're beating yourself up, man. It's not ideal.
Man, it's fine. I have probably got the biggest ego in anyone in the scene, so it's like I could laugh. The best thing, I don't have the I get offended ego. It's just like I just laugh and joke as well.
I have an ego too, but mine's that different type of ego where I'm just like, I feel bad that I'm like, I know I'm the best. And the people are like, yeah, but you are the best. I'm like, yeah, but I know it. Like, that's the bad side of the ego. It's like when I say, yeah, I'm the best, I'm like, yeah, I mean I'm the best. But,
I wanted to ask you, how much time do we have in the podcast really quick?
well, we're down to 45 minutes, so we've got a little bit of time.
All right, cool. How did God, what was it called? MCOM finals and stuff go with you casting? How'd that
Really
do?
good, man. Like, really good. Dude, if you ever want to cast in it, just let me know. Like, just say you're free. They've been looking for casters, yeah.
I'm good to do some color and stuff. As long as I'm with some people that I know and I'm chilled to just like do it, and I'm always good. Plus,
yeah, I had a blast. Me and Latte or Razy, who owns MCOM, we're good buds now. He's he knows we've sort of got a very similar vision for what it's all about too. So he literally said we want to keep the headliner casters on their slots. So that's me and Weapon on the Wednesday, and I think it was Weapon and Formal on the Wednesday. Oh, sorry, I'm on the Sunday. He's on. Dude, Formal's so good. My only concern with Formal is it's hard to go flitter between games because he's getting such a good rep for Rocket League. I feel like he's lost his passion and drive for League, so he just doesn't.
It wasn't always that way though.
Yeah, 100%.
He was very much in the camp that you were in. He's like, I want to be into League. He was even on in OPL when it was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, and he was big into it, but then it got down to they were choosing people for LCO broadcast, and they just didn't look at him. He was on and in the group of people, but I think they just wanted someone different. And since then, he was kind of just like, "Yo, fuck this. I'm gonna go and build my reputation somewhere else." And it just goes to show how good of a caster he is that he can swap games. He did do a little bit of stuff with Rocket League beforehand.
Yeah, he did.
Swapped it, and now he's basically point to call now.
Yeah. He's like top of the game. Like I think he's going to. I think I even heard he might be going to Worlds for Rocket League. Like this man's fantastic caster. I love the dude too. I actually knew him years ago too, and I got him casting on like my little streamer tournaments when I was a tiny itty bitty streamer.
He's been around. he's heart and soul of the OC casting. So look, honestly, I was really disappointed when he didn't make it on. I vouched for him and did everything for it because I signed up when LCO like first came out too.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't have demo reels and stuff because I don't put myself out there as much as I probably should. But what can you do? I did more of like hosting gigs and stuff because I can talk forever. But
yeah.
Them not picking him up was like it sucked. But Skimmy's doing a fucking fantastic job. So
Skimmy's on fire, dude. It's funnily enough, Skimmy and Mac bring the much needed entertainment factor to LCO, whereas Kitty and Rusty are very much the knowledge and the professional side of it.
You need that.
You do. You need that good balance. So I think they actually do a really good job. So I'd hate to actually break them up, but LCO, hire us.
It's the physical. It's like you can only have physical comedy if there's someone there on set to cringe with the people in chat.
Yes.
It's why people connect with Rusty. Yeah, he's like a little bit cold, he's a little bit withdrawn, and he doesn't do many like jokes. He's pretty much to the point. But when he laughs and cringes, it really like brings the whole show together. So
it does.
It's a part of it. You can't have 4 people like dancing around in circles because it would just turn into a circus and everyone wouldn't want to watch.
Yeah, so true. It would just be too much. So yeah, I totally agree. But yeah, I think they're doing an awesome job. I wouldn't change it right now. I think next year they will change because that's when their contract's up too. So it might be a different sort of look. But I think the way they're heading, they're seeing a number growth. They're seeing people putting more into the scene. I think LCO is going to come back real strong next year.
Yeah, it really also depends on how they keep the format too. Because if they keep double elimination, there's a lot of games going. You may push into multiple days per week. You see that Maximize is coming on Wednesdays or whenever fucking today is Wednesday. He comes in as Overflow. He's basically just Overflow caster when Kitty's gone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm keen. It's just more content to love. More Oceania.
Yeah, they just need a person for every slot, right? So they need a new host because Mac is very much a part of multiple scenes. They need a new like cast. They need like if someone can replace Skimmy, Mac, Kitty at like the main cast, and they have like second cast, and they swap in and out like intermittently. That'd be good.
Yeah,
honestly, I think that's the way to go with LCO, but just depends on how they want to handle it, I suppose.
Yeah, it's all up to them, eh? Well, we've got our predictions. We've got everything. I think that's the end of the show, don't you think?
Yeah, mate. I think we're done. Pretty good. Just ripping, just chatting, just chilling. Told you it's going to be a good. Just go for a drive, go to the gym, go for a walk.
We're just going to end.
Nothing is certain in the LCO.
I look over to this screen to see what's put onto the YouTube audio listeners. Love you there. He just swapped into the Why Not cast again. You see him just dancing around.
I thought it was appropriate to end the podcast. Give Why Not as much as Why Not have more Why Not.
Hey, why not?
Why not? That's the answer. Well, guys, thank you all so much for joining us. It's been an absolute blast. Corby, anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Nothing is certain in the LCO.
Oh, mate, it's been a pleasure. More interviews in the future for sure. I do like interview style podcasts, but it flows much easier and much quicker when it just starts off the rip. We can just talk about whatever. I feel like that's a really good listen. This podcast went pretty quick, and I don't feel like I need to steer conversation in any way. So pretty good.
I think we're both very natural in how we talk. But on that note, guys, thank you all so much for watching. This has been episode 9. Bananas, monkeys, sweet potatoes, and pumpkins. That's going to be the title of this podcast. I've decided. Question for you, real Corby. Wait, we should have done the question before we did the goodbyes. How many bananas is too many bananas?
And with
more than one. I don't know. Like, you have one. Why would you have two? What about you, dude?
Extra potassium. Potassium.
Having opposite outcomes to how they ended on Monday.
No, dude, one's enough.
I'm gonna say 3. 3's too many bananas.
3 in one sitting.
Yeah, they're like their little lady finger bananas.
You're gonna triple fist them, but I don't want to hear it.
I don't know where you're putting that third banana, or at least the second banana, but alright.
What's his name? Zoro with the sword. The one in the mouth to the hand.
How are you going to eat it if one's already in the mouth?
I'm just saying one in the mouth to the hand.
I think stick to
Alright guys, thanks for enjoying another podcast. This has been week 9. Have a good one. See you next week, yeah?
Sounds good. Take it easy, guys. We'll see you on the next adventure. Peace out.